I'm going to pull up Timcast tonight, and we're going to listen to what happened to his show. He says YouTube is targeting him, all right?
From Dane, our social media guy, and he's like, hey, take a look at this. And it says your videos have been removed. So the two biggest Timcast IRL shows on YouTube were deleted, both today. 3 years after they aired, with retroactive policy enforcement that they claim were always in effect, but only now they decided to remove.
Okay, so, and I'm curious, I'm wondering if he's going to get into this. Did he have strikes? So are there strikes or are there warnings?
This episode on YouTube, of course, was Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, Blair White, Michael Malice, me, I believe Luke Rukowski was there. Ian was there. Drew Hernandez was there. It was a massive show in Austin. In this trailer, Joe Rogan pulls up to our big trailer mobile studio, and he comes in, and we're like, let's roll. And we had like 160,000 concurrent viewers. Massive. There's no policy violations. We talked about things everybody always talks about. We're very, very strict on this show. You guys know we've deleted episodes live during the show, and we've been working on engineering a dump button, which basically means if there's ever a policy violation, we hit a button, and then there's a delay so that whatever violated the rules never appears, and we don't have to take the show down anymore. So we built all this. Show's deleted. The other episode was the Michael Malice, Alex Jones episode, which was our second biggest, which we did after they took down the first one. Alex Jones and Michael Malice came on the show. It was hilarious and fun. They deleted it and gave us a warning. I don't think we ever got a strike from it.
No, we didn't.
We got a warning from it.
So he didn't get strike. So they did take his shows down. Okay. That's very interesting. And obviously the common denominator there is, of course, Alex Jones. And 3 years later is kind of bullshit. But again, this is YouTube. This is what they do. But that is 100% bullshit 3 years later.
And the warning was on the channel for
90 days.
2.5 years.
Oh, really?
As soon as this happened, I'm on the phone with Google.
2.5 years, you probably had to take, well, it depends on what type of warning it was.
And they're saying, we can't tell you what the policy violation was. And I'm like, how are we supposed to do better and fit your terms of service if we have no idea what you're mad about? And they're like, too bad. I said, okay. So I had all of these people messaging and commenting, being like, oh, you're babies, you took the episode down, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I called Michael Malice and Alex Jones, said, guys, can you come back immediately and do the show again? They want to take down our episode and they won't tell us why. We'll do the show again. And so a week later, Alex and Michael came back, and that was at the time our biggest episode ever, the Try Me YouTube episode. I can only assume they were not happy we did that, but I got to tell you, before we even had Alex Jones on, I emailed our liaison at Google and said, what are the rules pertaining to Alex Jones? Is he allowed to be a guest on shows? And they said, absolutely. And I said, okay, you guys have no issue with this then? I said, no, he just can't have his own channel. I said, done. They deleted the episode. They found whatever reason. We did the show again. No problems. Over the past several years, I've actually spoken with people at Google, and they said they were great episodes. They were fine. I've had people be like, oh, my friends work at YouTube. They're big fans. I've had people who work at YouTube tell me, I love watching the show every night. They took down our two biggest episodes at the same time. One, they claimed we promoted QAnon. That is, I say defamation. I've never promoted QAnon. I mock people who are promoting QAnon. When people on this show ever mention anything about it, we say that's silly nonsense.
Tim is on a different level. We've had some issues. I've obviously with Geeks and Gamers, and I've had videos taken down on this channel as well. But if you want, like, it feels like I've always been able to get at least some type of answer. There is a lot of vague bullshit with YouTube for sure. But if you really want like an answer, you can almost get an answer if you try hard enough. At least that's what from my understanding of it. It's not a clear answer to tell you exactly what has happened, but it's an answer that kind of gives you enough of a like, okay, well, this is what they were looking for. But this seems very much like a rogue employee that didn't like Alex Jones or Michael Malice or doesn't like Tim Pool. This is what it seems like. But on the flip side, it's 2024, and this is exactly what we all knew was going to happen. And Tim does have a target on him because he has the biggest show. So he's got a target on him. And this is what I worry about with, like, if they're going to go after him, they're going to go after anybody, which is kind of the same standard of like on a different level, obviously, of if they can do it to Trump, they'll do it to anybody. If they're going to take Tim Pool's shit down, they're going to do it to anybody. So everybody should be paying attention to whatever's going on his show.
They claimed that we had some kind of vaccine medical misinformation, so you didn't get a strike on that one, but it's okay. Here's what this means. I'm on the phone with Google. Immediately after this happened, I get an email, and they're like, we just want to let you know we took these episodes down. And I said, 3 years after these episodes aired, you're now claiming a policy violation. And they were like, well, it was always against the rules. And I said, okay, here's what we're going to do. I will instruct my social media guy right now to delete every single video off the Timcast IRL channel. We will air the episodes, and a week later, delete them from the platform. We will put the clips up, and a week later, delete them from the platform, because that is the only thing we can do based on...
That's what Salty Cracker had to do, because they had 2 strikes on Salty's channel, and that's what Salty did. Salty had deleted everything from his channel. You know what else Salty did? He got on Rumble. We'll get into that here in a minute. I'm interested to see if he brings up Rumble. Because the fact is like, the fact that Tim is not on Rumble is mind-boggling to me. It's mind-boggling that he's not on Rumble.
It's on retroactive policy enforcement. If you tell us what we're doing is fine, and we behave in that way for 3 years, I've got 1,000 episodes. I said we've got 1,006 episodes. Probably about 990 are on YouTube, plus every single clip, which is 3 to 6 clips per episode. And you tell us what we did on that show was fine for 3 years. That means from that point on till today, we did the exact same things we did in that episode. How many episodes am I supposed to go through now to figure out if they violate the rules? And I was told by the person at Google, well, I don't know of any other episodes where this is an issue. And I said, sure. And you didn't know for 3 years this episode was an issue. So my only option then is to delete every single show off the platform, or you're going to ban us.
My theory on this, and again, I will see what he says. Somebody said he brings up Rumble. My theory on this is Tim is an extremely smart and savvy businessman, okay? He plays like he's not, but in reality, he's incredibly smart and he's incredibly savvy. I think Tim likes for things like this to happen because he wants to use it for negotiating other options. And the reason I think that is because, see, I'm not a very smart and savvy businessman, okay? Because if I was, I wouldn't be on Rumble right now. You know why I wouldn't be on Rumble? Because Rumble would have offered me a deal to get on Rumble. I literally give Rumble what they want. So there's no reason for Rumble to give me a deal. I know people that have gotten massive deals from Rumble because they were not on Rumble. But I give Rumble everything. We've got 75,000 followers just on Geeks and Gamers, and collectively we have over 200,000 followers on Rumble. And I've given them that for free. But if I wouldn't give them that, and I would just an occasional stream here and there, Rumble would have given me a fucking massive deal to bring my stuff over there. I know that. I know that. I've been negotiating with Rumble for over a fucking year. But ultimately, I was giving them the content, so they don't need to pay me for the content because I'm already giving them the content. Tim likes to leverage situations like this, and he's good at it. He's done it with his memberships on his website. That's why whenever a stream suddenly disappears, he's very vague about giving you the reason why it disappeared. He doesn't tell his audience, like, hey, I ended the stream because of this. He lets the internet go crazy because you've got 45,000 people watching you, and the internet starts going crazy, and there's a narrative that YouTube took him down, and to see the show, you've got to go over to Timcast because that's the only way they're not going to censor him. It's all part of, like, a marketing scheme, and he's really good at it. And I'm not hating on him for that, by the way. I'm just saying that that's what so when he's doing this, I think he's using this, leveraging this with his massive show to get a major deal with another platform. That's my theory.
What they effectively told me was, no, it's fine, you're fine. And I said this. Okay. Then someone at the highest level of Google or YouTube came down to you guys and said, delete those episodes. I don't want them on the platform. Make up a reason. And you're telling me it's fine, and we're not going to get banned because you know it's political, and it was someone at Google who ordered the shows to be removed. If that is not the case, then you have retroactively placed policy enforcement actions against us, which leaves me with no alternative but to delete every video off this channel. Otherwise, at any moment, we could be banned. And they said, no, I don't know. I can't tell you that. Okay, great. You can't. Well, I immediately made some calls to top men, who I will not reveal. We have big plans coming up for the studio move, which is taking place this weekend. A lot of people have said, Tim, go to Rumble. Tim, go to Rumble.
Yeah.
Well, we're on Rumble. And then people ask us why the live show isn't on Rumble.
That's what I was about to say, because I'm like, your live show's not on Rumble.
The live show is the biggest driver of memberships at timcast.com, which is the only way we're able to do all of this. If we downsized and became like a digital over-the-air show where we just Skype people in and stuff like that, sure, that shaves off a ton of money from our budget, and we could make things a lot cheaper. But I think one of the things that makes the conversations on the show work better, and I've talked to a lot of people in the industry about it, and everyone agrees, is in-person conversations in real life. Well, I don't want to do that. That means right now, based on how much it costs to run this show, drivers, staff, hotels, etc., the amount of members we have is maintaining. The amount of memberships we have is at a decent amount where we make a little bit more every month than we spend on the show, which gives us the ability to
I don't really understand how, and again, we'll see where he's going with this. I don't know how simulcasting on Rumble or any other platform hurts the membership thing. Maybe he's going somewhere that I don't understand.
invest in other projects. My concern when I talk to all these other big companies and they're like, we want Timcast IRL live here, here, or here, or otherwise, is that the clips don't drive a lot of memberships. The live show does, because once we wrap the live show, we say, hey, the show continues at timcast.com. Become a member to watch the members only uncensored. With that, we are maintaining a slight growth. We have a slight uptick, a little bit, in how many members we have, but we don't grow a whole lot. It's very slow and steady. And this means, based on the model we have, the show can continue. If we were to stop doing live on YouTube the way we are, divide it up to other platforms, we run the risk of deranking. We run the risk of losing a large portion of what funds the show, driving new members, and then we become a sinking ship.
Am I misunderstanding this logic? This makes absolutely no sense. I don't understand this logic. If you're simply, all you're doing is pressing another button and streaming to Rumble and giving the audience, because I mean, I am a big fan of giving the audience an opportunity. That's it. So that's why we're live on Kick. That's why we're live on Rumble. That's why we're live on YouTube. And you can watch wherever you want to watch. I don't understand his logic there. Maybe I'm missing something, but that doesn't make sense to me.
We would have to start firing staff, cutting corners, reducing investment in projects. Possible. We could do that.
How?
I prefer not to. So the conversations we've had with other big networks has been, can you cover the costs?
How do you get to the logic of going, if I stream the same exact fucking show that I'm streaming on YouTube also to Rumble, how do you get to the point where you may have to fire people and your budgets are out of whack and it's going to collapse your whole business model? That makes no fucking sense. What the hell? This is insane.
Of how much we make through YouTube in ad revenue, so that if we make this move and we lose money, we stay afloat for at least a certain amount of time. And typically the answers have been, I don't know, maybe. I don't know if we want to do that. And I say, okay, well then we're going to keep doing what we're doing on YouTube, because the live show generates the memberships that make the show work. It's that simple.
I get that.
I'll let you guys in on another, I don't know if it's a secret or whatever.
Inside baseball.
Inside baseball. I'm a big fan of Rumble. I'm friends with Chris Pavlovsky. He's a great dude. We use Rumble infrastructure for Timcast.com. We use Parallel Economy for our memberships. We are absolutely utilizing their infrastructure, and they make money from it. We make money from it because we want to build the parallel economy. But there is a reality. When Rumble launched and we split our clips from YouTube to Rumble, we lost probably 40% of the revenue we got from YouTube. Because as much as Rumble is great and we want Rumble to exist and we want to be on Rumble, we don't make ad revenue off those videos. So when a video normally got 80 to 100,000 on YouTube, we would make a couple $100. Now the video on YouTube gets 50, 60,000 and on Rumble gets 30. That means we lost all of that ad revenue.
Well, that makes sense. And I know a lot of people may go like, oh, Tim's just all about money. That makes business sense, though. I get what he's saying there. So don't upload clips to Rumble. That's the answer. Like, just live, do the multi-stream so Timcast IRL is live on Rumble so that people... Now, again, I personally, if I'm speculating, my theory on this is, and again, Tim... You guys watch Tim a lot more than I do, okay? So how many times has he pulled this where he ended the stream but didn't give clarity in the past 2 years? How many times has that happened where Timcast magically just went down, but he never said what happened, and then there was speculation that YouTube took him down even though he's the one that ended the stream? How many times has that happened in, say, the past 2 years? How many times? That's happened... I would say at least, I don't know, 3 or 4 times off the top of my head. And he can't do that if he's on Rumble. Because the reason he's done that is because when he does that, it's a massive boost in memberships to his website. I get it. I'm not hating. I'm understanding that. But I think that's why he wants multi-stream to Rumble. Because you don't have the excuse that I had to end the stream on Rumble because of policy violations from YouTube. Because you can end it on YouTube, but that doesn't mean you have to end it on Rumble. So what would happen is he would end it on YouTube, but he would have to keep it up on Rumble. And that wouldn't give him the narrative of everybody going to his website because they could just go watch it for free on Rumble. That's what he's doing. If I'm not, that's my theory on it. That's my theory.
So we have to maintain memberships. We can't just shut down and switch to Rumble because then we'd have to start laying people off and shrinking the ship. Don't want to do that. We are currently having conversations with some other companies. Now that YouTube has made these moves, there is renewed interest in how we can make these changes. I don't want to say too much because business negotiations are ongoing, but there are some potentially big moves that may happen based on this. I think what we're seeing with YouTube is a few things. Just yesterday, many people noticed the view count on the show was going all wild and crazy, but that wasn't unique to us. It affected tons of other YouTubers and channels that were noticing weird issues pertaining to live and view count. And the day before, something similar happened. View counts crashed on a bunch of videos and people were like, whoa, my video didn't get any traffic. It was not unique to any one channel. Something must have happened at YouTube with a policy change. Now there's retroactive enforcement. I don't think it's a coincidence that around the same time, 2 episodes are nuked instantly. Maybe some new guy came in. Maybe they hired a new person. Who knows? Have no idea. I told Google, I cannot run a business if this is how you treat your business partners. This is an FU to me and a threat. They issued a warning on our channel requiring us to take a class to better understand how we broke the rules. But we didn't break any rules. Not a
Yeah, he's right. He is right about all this.
single rule was broken. They lied. They're liars. And so I said, if you email me and say, due to this, that, or otherwise, we're going to remove these videos from your channel, don't worry, no effect to you, I would grumble and complain. But when you issue a warning on my channel, you are saying we are prepared to ban you permanently. We are prepared to take you down for a week the next time this happens. With any one of your videos from the past 4 years, it could happen. We are prepared to permanently ban you if we can find 3 more videos over the past 4 years that we can interpret as breaking the rules. Your show is permanently banned in every respect off of YouTube. So I said, what should I do then? The only thing I can do is delete every single video. And then they were, oh, no, you can't do it. I don't think it's a coincidence that it's 2024. We knew things were going to get crazy this year. And now YouTube has taken such an extreme and drastic action, such as a 3-year retroactive enforcement.
It is ridiculous what
there's a couple
done.
things we can do. We'll have more information on Monday. We have big plans. We're moving into our new studio on...
All right, so that's kind of the gist of it. I don't want to watch the rest of it. But I will respectfully give Tim a like because I did watch his stuff and reacted to it. I think that Tim is very good at what he does. I don't think Tim Pool is necessarily an evil person or anything like that. I just think that he is a very determined businessman and he's willing to kind of do whatever he needs to do, which is not a bad thing. Most businessmen are like this. I just feel that we're in this new age of, where he is the mainstream media for all practical purposes. He is the mainstream now. He's the guy, he along with me, a few others, obviously, but it just feels really disingenuous the way he approaches things like this. And when they open this, it was like, is anybody as transparent as us? And it's like, I mean, yeah, I am. I think I'm far more transparent than Tim is. I don't think they're very transparent at all, which they don't have to be. You don't have to be transparent. You can, like, he does a good job. He does a really good job. But I think that he projects that I'm transparent, but in reality, he's very, very, he keeps a lot of things close to the chest of what he does. But the Rumble thing, I'm pretty sure that that's exactly why he won't do the Rumble thing, because he can't pull the, when YouTube takes me down, or something happens on YouTube, or if we have to end the stream on YouTube, that is, and again, it's a brilliant business move. When you got 40, 50,000 people watching you, and then suddenly you have to end your live stream because of someone said a bad word. And so all that you get is a massive, massive wave of new members to go over your website. And if you're multi-streaming on Rumble, you don't have that excuse, because I would say 98% of everybody watching that stream would go to Rumble instead of go to your website and pay you money. And so so they would go to Rumble for free and continue watching. It's a business move. Nothing wrong with that, but that's what he's doing, in my opinion.